the line's not moving within an hour or two, maybe you should probably go home. Hi guys, this is going to be a little bit of a different video. I just kind of wanted to get something out really quickly because I've just been seeing a lot of, I've just basically seen Twitter blow up.
If you just came here for my opinion, just skip to 5 minutes because basically before that I'm just explaining the whole situation about TANACON to those who don't know. Alright!
And I finally caught up with all the drama with TANACON, and I just wanted to, I don't know why I think my opinion's so important, but I'm just going to be sitting here, and obviously not in my usual setting, and I just want to sit here and talk to you because if you are not on Twitter, or you just don't follow TANA MONGEAU, or you just don't watch YouTube that often, I don't know, but Tana's she's pretty well known in the YouTube world. Just to give you a little bit of a backstory, okay, I need to take these glasses off because the reflection is terrible. Just to give you a little bit of a backstory, this weekend was VidCon, and over the years Tana has had a horrible experience with VidCon and she was over it. So this year she came up with her own convention, which was called TANACON, and she put it together in a very short amount of time. I don't know why, but she wanted it to happen, so that's what she did. So I think it was like a good 2 months, maybe 3 months that she put this all together, where if you really think about it, VidCon takes years to put together. Once VidCon ends, it probably starts right away to think about next year's VidCon. So 2 months, 3 months is not a long time to put a whole convention together. But that's just the backstory of what we're going to be talking about today. So obviously, like I said, Tana didn't have a good experience with VidCon, so she made her own convention up. If you don't know VidCon is a convention where video creators come together, and subscribers pay money to get into this convention, to meet these YouTubers and to do a meet and greet, take pictures with them, talk to them, whatever, do events. Creators do panels where they talk to people and people just listen to what they have to say, yada yada yada, and whatever. Yeah, so that's a weekend long thing where creators just run around doing all these things for their subscribers, to learn about them, to meet them, blah blah blah. So yeah, that was this weekend. Tana obviously wasn't invited. I'm pretty sure she was kicked out last year or the year before and wasn't invited back to be a featured creator. If she wanted to come, she was able to be a guest, I believe, but obviously I don't even know. I don't really know the whole story because I just don't really care, but that's just what I know. And so she created her own convention. The place where she was holding her convention apparently can only hold 5,000 people, which in the end I saw that someone said it can only hold 1,000, but that's besides the point. Right off the bat, it was only supposed to be able to hold 5,000 people, so she sold 5,000 free tickets. She realized that people would obviously want the VIP passes where they get to get in first and do other things, like have more things to do than the normal person to walk in. So she sold, I don't know how many tickets she sold that were VIP, I'm not too sure, but that's besides the point. So anyways, the day came, which was Friday I believe, and she said everything was turning out perfectly fine. Everything was going as planned, and then hours went by and the flood from VidCon were coming to TANACON, which is something she wasn't expecting. And there were, by the end of it, I'm pretty sure there was 20,000 people outside of the hotel that they were doing it at, instead of the 5,000 people that she was expecting, because that's the amount of tickets she sold, so that's all she was expecting to come. And there were 20,000 people outside in the burning hot heat waiting to come inside. But if you really think about it, why would you... Okay, I'm not gonna get there yet. So eventually, because of safety and like the fire marshals, blah blah, they had to cancel Friday night because there was too many people. It was a safety hazard, so they had to shut the whole thing down. So Tana took to Twitter and told everybody that they were trying to find another venue to place this at because she didn't want to let her fans down, and the whole point was for everybody to come together and be inclusive and get in, like, do free things and meet their creators for free and take pictures and just be a happy, loving, inclusive, like, environment experience for everybody. And obviously that couldn't happen on the first day, so she tried everything in her power to make that happen for the second day. But apparently it just wasn't going as planned. They couldn't get all the security they needed. They couldn't figure out other venues to do, so they had to cancel the second day, and people were livid. And then altogether, the whole convention got canceled, and people lost their minds. Obviously, I didn't go. I'm not from America, nor did I hop on a plane to go, because it's just not, it wasn't in my schedule. It's not what I wanted to do, but I loved seeing what everybody was doing. I love seeing like videos of like vlogs of VidCon and footage and pictures and yada yada yada. But no, I was not there. No, I didn't experience it. I watched videos of the subscribers who went, who were waiting, and I read all of Tana's tweets and blah blah blah. And when it comes down to it, at the end of the day, I honestly believe that Tana was not in the wrong. Yes, her name is all over TANACON. Like, at the end of the day, if things go wrong, then it's placed on her. But she is 20 years old, and she just wanted to make an environment that was better for everybody. But obviously that didn't go as planned. Obviously, it's just, it wasn't planned or thought through well enough or long enough. Like I said, VidCon takes lots of money and lots of time to put together, and she did it in 2 months, and she just wanted the best of everybody. I see where her intentions were, but obviously it just wasn't well thought through, and people are just losing it on Tana. They all want refunds because people traveled across the world and stayed in hotels and blah blah blah, so they're livid that they didn't actually get inside, and they were complaining that all the VIP didn't get in, and Tana was saying that people were making fake tickets and trying to get in, and like all this like commotion was happening. And I don't know, for some reason security was letting people in that didn't have tickets, and it was just like one big mess that she didn't know about, because obviously she's inside doing what she needs to do to meet her fans and to meet the subscribers. And she did a wedding, like she married people, like she was just trying to make everybody happy, and in the end it just blew up, and people were so mad. So she took to Twitter saying that like she was so sorry, these weren't her intentions, she just wanted the best for everybody, and because of safety she couldn't go through with the convention. She's willing to refund everybody with her own personal money, because people are complaining that they spent all this money, which was $125 or $150 for a ticket. First of all, I am a firm believer, if you can't buy it twice, then there's no reason to buy it the first time, unless you're buying a car or a house, because that's just ridiculous. But if you can't afford to spend $150 twice, then you shouldn't be going to the event. First of all, you're making the choice to go. Things don't always go as planned. Like, concerts happen all the time, and like sound systems don't work. Like, there's things that happen that people don't think of all the time, or there's just life. That's just life. Things don't work out, and people were complaining that they spent $800 on tickets or hotels. I'm like, that's a choice you made. You chose to fly across the world to come here. You chose to stay in a hotel. Like, if you're not from Anaheim or California, whatever it's called, then like realistically you shouldn't be going unless you can really afford to be doing that. I don't know, that's my opinion on it. And like, I think it's nice of Tana to send everybody the money back, but I just think people really need to like think about the fact that you chose to go, so you really like, that's her own personal money that she is giving to you. Like, the convention was free, so if you traveled to the convention with free tickets, that's your choice to spend that money on the flight and the hotel. Like, she's now giving you the money back for your flight and hotel when your ticket was free to get in. And like, yes, people bought the VIP tickets which were like $150. That's a whole different story. Like, I guess maybe if you bought the ticket, but if you think about it, the ticket was only $150. That is not a lot of money at all. But now she's going to be paying you the thousands of dollars that you spent to travel there and to stay in a hotel because the convention didn't happen. Yes, that's very nice of her. It is what it is, but like I just think the whole thing is kind of silly that people want money back for it. I think that Tana being 20 years old and trying to pull this off for an inclusive, free and like convention was phenomenal. I think people need to relax a little bit, because she tried her best and she's obviously learned her lesson of the things that she needs to do next time and what went wrong and how to fix that. It was literally 2 months in the work. Yes, that's not a lot of time, but she did everything that she could in 2 months just to make this happen for her fans, for you guys. So at the end of the day, you guys should be grateful that she tried. Yes, it sucks that it didn't happen, but it's not the end of the world. Next year when she does it again, or whenever she plans on doing it, obviously it's going to be much better. Obviously there's going to be tents, obviously there's going to be water, obviously there's going to be probably sunscreen and food going around, because so many of you got burnt staying out there for hours and hours and hours. But by the end of it, if the line's not moving within an hour or two, maybe you should probably go home. Like, why did you stay in line for 5 hours when the line wasn't moving? Like, that's your own personal choice. Like, that's how I look at it. But obviously that's gonna be fixed. Obviously there's gonna be more security. Obviously she's gonna have a bigger venue, because the venue she had was not good. And at the end of the day, I think she did an amazing job trying. I think the whole idea was phenomenal, and I just think you guys need to grow up, and think you guys need to be open-minded. A lot of people are just thinking about the negative and not thinking about what she really tried to do in the overall picture. And I do think that I love James Charles. Like, I love his videos, I love his personality and what he does, but when he took to the internet to ream her out, I think that's really low, and I think that's very immature. Like, maybe he did try to reach out to her and tell her that what she was doing was wrong, but keep it between that. But keep it between text and phone call. There was no need to take it to the internet for other people, her fans, your fans to see. Like, I think that was a little immature, and like, just, that was overall just rude. But that's my opinion on that. I mean, maybe next year I'll be at TANACON, because I think it's just an amazing thing that she was doing. And for those who have tweeted me about my opinion, you guys need to open your mind a little more, because I honestly don't care. That's my opinion. I think you guys are just, like I said, are closed-minded, and I think you need to think of the overall picture of what she tried to do instead of how it ended up, because she is trying to make it up to you guys. And yeah, I just think the whole thing is just so silly, and I give props to Tana for trying this at a young age and in a short amount of time, and for the experiences she's had at VidCon, but just trying to give everybody a better experience overall. I think that's amazing, and I think that what she's doing is amazing, and she's an amazing person. And yeah, that's all I really have to say. This video was way longer than I thought it was going to be, but that's that. Hope you guys have a great day. I hope you guys can subscribe to my channel, because this is not always the content that I put out, but if this is the content you like, let me know and I'll just keep doing it. But like this video and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Bye, queens.
Yes, queen! Yeah!
I look good in this light.